Okay, what we're going to have a look at here is a little bit more on the triangle. With Pythagoras, we use Pythagoras to find out a missing side if we knew two other sides. With trigonometry, we're now looking at trying to find the angle of a triangle. Once we've found that angle, we can find the other angle, because we know that the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I only need to find one particular angle. Now in maths, this angle is often called theta, sometimes it's called phi, I've called it x, and I'm saying that the sine of x is a particular ratio, the cosine is another ratio, and the tangent is another ratio. So first of all, we have to look at the angle that we're looking at, and it's this one here, and that one is, this side of the triangle is what we call the opposite side. This side is always the hypotenuse, it's the sloping side, and this is the adjacent. If I had another triangle, like this one, and I wanted to find this angle here, let's call that one x, then this side down here becomes the opposite. The slope is always the hypotenuse, and the other one is the adjacent. So we just call these ratios, opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, and opposite over adjacent, we just call these ratios by a word in maths called sine, cosine, or tangent. They're simply ratios. And you can find out these for particular angles by using your calculator. Okay. So remember, the opposite is always the one opposite the angle you're trying to find, like here or here. And the adjacent is always the next one to the opposite, and the sloping one is always the hypotenuse. So you need to mark your triangle each time when we do this later. What I'd like you to do though initially, if you look in Solar, I've put this sheet here, and what I want you to do using your calculator, unfortunately I haven't got your standard calculator with me. You can probably use your mobile phone as a scientific calculator to find these. For example, if you look at 30 degrees there, I type in 30 and press sine, and I get 0.5. Okay. If I knew that the angle, that the sine of an angle was 0.5, if I put in 0.5 and go backwards, on this calculator I press the second function of second sine and I get 30 degrees again. Okay. On your calculators it'll be slightly different. So what I'd like you to do is have a go at finding the sines of these angles and then the angles of these sines. Same again for cosines, and then the same again at the bottom here for tangents. And then in the next video we'll have a go at actually finding the angles on some real problems. Okay, thanks, bye now.